There is tons of waste glass around us that's in different forms, from sheet glass to bottles, and so much of it is ending up in landfill. How can we make better use of that? Welcome to the Bottle Underground. Come on in. Hi, I'm Danielle Ruttenberg. I am the co-founder and initiating board member of the Bottle Underground. We were founded in 2020 and started as a branch off from our creative company here called Remark Glass, where we are upcycling bottles into new wares. I became interested in using recycled glass because I was formerly a glass maker. I found a ton of interest in the glass industry. I really love the fire, so that's really the exciting and enticing part. However, I did see a great deal of waste through that process. Looking at different ways that we can utilize resources that are right in front of us, that was really how it began. We started out collecting only 200 pounds of glass a month. We currently are collecting about 10,000 pounds a month. Our process starts really at the loading dock, basically how we identify what we need to keep for those recirculation projects and for Remark Glass upcycling projects. About 15 to 20% will come through our facility and is earmarked for Remark Glass, so turning into products that you see around me, and that's going to be what we call upcycling. It is going into our hot glass blowing facility and is being reformed into a variety of different wares, from standard barware to custom lighting. Another 15 to 20% is going to be in that recirculation, where it's community organizations or small businesses that have a need for a specific ounce size, a jar, a mason jar, a salsa jar, that we see as a good fit to recirculate that specific bottle to their needs. If you move into this room, we call this the jar room, namely because it's a bunch of jars. So we have these Tostitos jars, as I mentioned before. Vellum Street Soaps is like our primary recirculator for these jars. That's a company we've been working with for years. We have specific jars that are the proper ounce size for what they need to put their products in. And it's a beautiful fit to kind of look at how much we're bringing in out of the community waste stream. The remaining surplus of the glass that we bring in here, primarily it's going to be a little thinner quality glass, beer bottles, things of that nature, is going to our pulverizer and is becoming what we call an aggregate, a glass aggregate, or basically glass sand. And that process, while it's a little time consuming, we're creating a really valuable resource, as sand is one of the highest consumed natural resources that we have, and there's definitely a shortage. So we're seeing a great avenue in which we can produce the sand, and it's being used in a variety of green stormwater infrastructure projects throughout the city. Once the bottle makes its way all the way down to Remark Glass, we are then properly cleaning it, taking any labels off that may be there, and then it may get cut down to a specific height for what we call a prep start to our bottle reblowing process. Once the bottles are cut down, they would make their way into an electric kiln, and they would be brought up to a warm temperature in glass, which is still pretty hot. After they are at that set temp, we can then pick the bottles up on the end of a steel rod and then take them into our reheating chamber, which is well over 2,000 degrees, making the glass juicy and hot and able for us to stretch it, pull it, change it into a custom light fixture or a really beautiful glass for somebody to drink out of every day.